Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome to an extra stream. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Enter the Gungeon. I've really been addicted to this game again. I already had played it before, and with the latest update being a free update for everyone who owns the game already, they've made it even better. So I'm going to show off a couple of changes, and I'm just going to be getting right into it and doing a run of Enter the Gungeon, because even if it takes me a long time to finish, I'll still be done before, well, just on time for the Dark Souls stream later. Alright, here we go. So, before I leave off, I have to quickly open up my stream on an extra window here, just to have the chat open. Okay, there we go. So, here are the starter characters. There's some slight spoilers, and you're going to be seeing some slight spoilers for later game content. I wouldn't say end game, because I haven't really gotten to I haven't gotten to a lot of extra things they've added into the game, but I am able to play through most of the game without dying. And I've got a couple of new characters here which are kind of spoilery, so if you really don't want any spoilers at all, you should not keep watching. Otherwise, let's carry on, shall we? So, I've defeated the past on the starter characters. I've got some bonus characters already. I've got the robot here. I haven't defeated his past. I've got a new character they've added, the Paradox, without a past. The only reason I've managed to unlock this one is because I've been watching Northern Lion Let's Play, and he's been teaching me a lot about the game, a lot of secrets. Of course, this is one of those games, it's like Binding of Isaac. You know, there are certain things that you probably just wouldn't come up with on your own. Let's see, they aren't that crazy secrets though. Anyway, we'll get right into the action here. My favorite, well, they have become my favorite starter characters, actually, the Hunter and the Marine. The Marine for his high accuracy and ammo drop, useful active item. If you're not going to find any more active items, then this is a good one to have. The Hunter, for their chance of finding extra items on the floor. It rarely happens, but when it happens, it's quite useful. And the fact that the crossbow one-shots most regular bullet enemies on the first few floors is extremely useful. Also, the crossbow is a semi-competent boss killer if you're not lucky enough to get any other good boss killers on the floor. I think I'm gonna go with the Hunter. So I'm gonna take an extra bonus costume. You unlock new costumes when you defeat when you beat their past. Yeah, there's a bunch of extra stuff going on here. This guy's definitely not new to the base game, but there are some new characters who've joined. Yeah, they've added so much to the update. It's ridiculous how just how much quality of life they've added to it. It's really cool. Actually, before I get going, I think there is a new character that I unlocked that I haven't seen yet. Is he here? No. No, this is the lift guy. Is he over here? Yeah, this is where it is. Hello? Oh, I thought that was a doorway. Yeah, I've never talked to this woman before. Is it a square and circle standing next to her? Our Lady has little patience. Receive your blessing and leave. No sudden movements, lowborn. You're back yet again. Do you require a new blessing? Blessings. I'm not gonna... No, not right now. I'm actually saving up my credits for a expensive purchase later on. This guy apparently gives you like randomized runs, kind of, in a sense that every floor you're given a chest with items, and I think you can choose one item, but there are no regular chests on the room, or there's no shops or something. There's definitely some balancing rules around it. Yeah, so I'm saving up for either the microtransaction gun or the platinum bullets. Probably the platinum bullets, so that's gonna take a while. I'm at 63 credits. Yeah, this game, I don't know if it's probably the new update, because it's been having issues. Wait, one last thing before I leave, I want to talk to the huntsman. 35 bullet sharks. Okay, cool. I'll get that done right away. Yeah, so this game is really creative. They've made every enemy bullet themed or gun themed. And here's a couple of bullets with gun staffs, and yeah, it's hilarious. Really cool game. So I will be streaming Dark Souls the regular time, but I've got more than enough time for a run of Enter the Gungeon. And it's got its claws in me. What is that? I unlocked something just by jumping into the game? How is this game? It just constantly gives you things, and there's so much to be working on, so much to be trying to get. It's great. The game comes across as extremely difficult early on, but there's so much things you can do and so much ways you can play to make it really easy. I think it's a lot like Binding of Isaac in that way. Like, Binding of Isaac veterans will never say that Binding of Isaac is a really difficult game, because there's just so much. The game teaches you so much about how to just by playing the game. It teaches you so much ways of behaving around enemies. It teaches you their attack patterns, and you just realize instinctively when you see an enemy, okay, what do I have to do with this enemy? For instance, these bomb guys, usually I start running and make some space. The shotgun guys, you know, you don't have to be standing too close to them, so their shots seem intimidating, but look, I'm just standing here and they're missing me. And stand here, they won't hit. Of course, for most enemies, if you just keep on moving and you circle around them as quick as you can, that's a great way of getting yourself out of danger. I'm working on some long-term trophies. Actually. Oh, you scumbag. You managed to hit the switch to drop the chandelier. That's a very inconvenient switch to have in your house. Okay, this is an issue. Actually, I'd like to blow you guys all up, but I want to kill the... Oh, there it is. Oh, you bastards. They killed the water barrel, so I'm gonna have to find another water barrel somewhere else on the floor. Not the worst thing ever to have happen, but I'd appreciate it if they didn't. Oh. Alright, I can leave the health on the floor because, yeah. The guy who comes around and steals all my items, they really only steal weapons and ammo. I don't know about even weapons. Maybe they steal weapons. They definitely steal active items, trinkets, weapons and ammunition. I think keys and health are safe. Maybe armor is not safe. Actually, this is a perfect run to test stuff out like that. If I see some armor on the floor, I'm just gonna leave it there and see if it gets stolen, because I'd like to know. Baby good mimic. Actually, what items are here? Ammo belt is okay. I got the bandana on another playthrough, like a few playthroughs ago, and that thing was crazy. So we have the starter weapon of the hunter here, the crossbow with 100 ammo. Well, the bandana, it brought that ammo count up to 400. So if we get like times 4 the ammo in every gun you have, and that is insane. Because every time you find an ammo box, it just tops off the ammo of the gun you're wielding at the moment. And if you've got 4 times the bullets, well, one of the big issues that you have in this game is that you run out of ammo at some point. And sometimes it can be very unforgiving. Like, a lot of it seems to be random or luck based, how the items will drop for you. And you can get yourself in a situation where you just completely out of ammo for all of your good guns. And I've had, on like floor 3, I'm running around using my starter pistol because the 3 guns I've picked up have all gone out of ammo, and the game hasn't deigned me worthy of an ammo drop. Watch out. Okay, who's next? Turkeys. Oh, rubber bullets. I can never tell which one of those are live and which ones are not. So on floor 1 I tend to have the rule of not opening chests unless I find a key. Any found key is an opened chest, because you start off with a key and the shop usually has 1 key. So I use the starter key and the key I get from the shop to unlock the oubliettes. I'm looking around for water barrels, and honestly, if it's too far away, I'm not gonna go to the oubliettes. I accidentally broke the water barrel. I'm usually more careful about it, making sure that the water barrel on the room itself doesn't break. I don't think that used to be a thing where you would have the water barrel always show up on the room. I think that's something they might have added. Oh, the dog found something. Good boy. A key would have been better though. Try looking for keys next time. I think also it's new that you can slide on tables. It's hilarious and really fun to do. Sometimes they've got a couple of tables behind each other, and then you can slide on like a whole... It's like just one big slide. Turkeys. Where's that water barrel? Hey, water barrel, where are you? Seriously. Okay, those are annoying enemies. They just seem like a time waste. They're so easy to kill. Rarely hit you, so they're just there to waste your time. I'm not seeing it. Okay. I guess we're not. We're skipping the oubliette. That is unfortunate. Oh well. I guess I'll open all the chests then. Banana. Plantain. Playing on words with plantain, I'm guessing. Is this a good weapon? Probably okay. Depending on the boss we get. There are a couple of beginner bosses. The what's he called? The Bullet King is probably a good boss to have an explosive weapon on, because a lot of his bullet spread is almost a room-wide AOE, and whenever you've got the bosses who do the bullet hail, the explosives are very welcome because they'll break up, they'll blow up bullets. Easy mode. Oh, hello, Niemans. How are you? Oh, cool. Good to know. Well, considering I've got a good weapon, I'm gonna save my key from the shop and not open up this brown chest. I'm just gonna blast it. Oh great, we got junk. When I'm low on keys, I usually have a principle of not opening too many brown chests. I've had way too often that I run through a floor and I see a blue chest and I'm like, ooh, a blue chest. I open it immediately with a key, like my last key, and then I find a black chest or a red chest later and I'm without keys. Oh great, this Joker. Gatling gun. The video reminder I did was probably the worst case scenario for the first floor boss. Getting Gatling gun in the room with the two rivers on it. I can't imagine a more difficult first floor boss. Oh, I can't promise a perfect against this one. I'm probably least good against Gatling gun of all the first floor bosses. Oh. He's got this really mean habit of every time he readjusts the positioning of his gun to try and hit you, he always shoots off one bullet that leads you, and it's very good at catching you. Oh, that's a dangerous one. Okay. Okay, yeah, doing okay. Please. Look aside. Where's he going now? I also hate this attack. The range of the explosives is far larger than the circle that it shows, so it's extremely misleading. I picked up this game on my Nintendo Switch also, and it's just really fun to have handheld. In some ways it's actually easier on the Switch because the screen is smaller and you have a much it's much easier to see everything that's going on the screen because you're not on a large screen. So on the TV screen, often you're looking at the character, but the dead right and the dead left of the screen, the furthest, is often just out of your it's in your periphery, so you're not like focusing on it. And a lot of times if an enemy comes just right out of there, then they'll get you. Is this new? This might be new. Teapot. This is new for my PlayStation account. I've had it on the Switch and it's a ridiculously good weapon. I'm happy to have it on stream so I can show it off. It's insane. It's an absolutely insane room clear. I think I'd consider it overpowered. I've had a few overpowered weapons. I like the like the potted weapons, the teapot, the magic lamp. There's a couple of weapons that are like yeah, this kind of theme, and they all seem to be incredibly strong. So I don't know about its shots. I think it's just a normal one-shot gun, automatic or semi-automatic with a large clip, and the final shot probably charms. But you don't want to be shooting it, you just want to be reloading it. That's all you want to do. Where are we going? So yeah, we're not going to the oubliettes. This is one of those, although here's a water barrel. You know, we could go to the oubliettes. I actually do like the oubliettes, so I'd like to go there. The room we need is below us, so might as well. I don't get a chance to show this off. Did it not thread the needle? No? Okay. Damn it. Oh, we'll get there. Okay, let's try this. No? No? Almost. Okay. Getting it through doorways is probably the most difficult. Okay, we got it. Oh, but the door's closed. Okay, cool. Carry on. Yeah, this should be manageable. Kinda. No. Stop it. Stop. Stop where you're going, sir. This is the right way. Could be worse, honestly. Could be worse. Like so, possibly. Ooh, close one. Close one. That's not gonna do it. No, didn't think so. Okay, let's realign. Yeah? Ooh, got it. Are we good? Nope. Almost. Almost good. No, I just can't squeeze past it there. That's kinda annoying. Come on. Here we go. We're getting there, don't worry. We'll make it. Yeah, I didn't realize it, but it looks like we got a key on the boss. So yeah, as I said, if you find a key, you can use a key. Every key you find on the first floor, you can use safely and still get to the oubliette. You just have to make sure that the key you start with and the key you get from the shop is spent on opening the floor. If you play as the pilot, you could have a policy of using one of your lockpicks on the oubliettes, and if the first lock opens, you're good to go. And if it breaks, then you know you're not going to the oubliette. It's kind of less fun though, because you can, you know, if it does fail, then you have locked yourself out of the oubliette. Because as useful as it seems, those lockpicks, they've got a 50-50 chance of working out here, and if they fail, then you've broken the lock for yourself. Now they have added some items to the shop, some payday related items, and oh, there we go, set them on fire. Oh, you're burning, you're on fire, are you okay with that? Oh, you scumbag. Don't get over here, don't sneak into my safe zone here. I hate these damn glass swarm stones. They're a waste of item drops. Snipers, huh? I was looking up synergies yesterday, and there's this crazy good synergy with, what's it called? If you get the wolf item and any kind of sniping gun or bow or like specific really good single shot long range weapon, it's got a synergy which is like Metal Gear Solid related. I don't know what the synergy is called, maybe Sniper Wolf or something. It's really cool. It makes that all of the snipers in the game, like these guys, are instantly and permanently charmed. Whoop. Yeah, I had a crazy good synergy yesterday. It was a synergy with just about everything. It was insane. I'm gonna show you the weapon in a minute. I don't even know. Excuse me, I don't even know if I've got it on the PlayStation account. Which one is it? Ah, here it is. Big Iron. I go Big Iron, and then these fat bullets, or what are they called? Where are bullets? Oh yeah, they're not here. They count as items. What are they? Man, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, not these. I thought it was fat bullets, but it's more like stout bullets. Yeah, I think that's the ones. So I got stout bullets and that gun specifically. And I also had this active item, like a brew or something. And it makes that all your shots are double. Like you're seeing double and you're also shooting double. And all of those items synergize with each other. And it's ridiculous. So those synergize with each other. And then I also got the hexagon. And that hexagon also synergized with the gun. So I had a gun synergy with the bullet. I had a gun synergized with a bullet, an active item, and another gun. I gotta tell you, it was absolutely obscene DPS that gun was doing. Absolutely obscene. But also, I'd found a couple of shot upgrades, like damage upgrades. It was a really good run. Like I had those stout bullets, and also, watch out. Seriously. Oh, I'm using my base weapon here. Oh, Jehovah says that's not good enough. It's not much better. Yeah, so I had a couple. It seemed like the game knew what kind of things I was running with and was giving me specifically things that would work well together, like close range damage up, and then I had the medal from the Marines past kill, which is damage versus tough enemies up. I found the bullets +1 passive, and then I had all the synergies and the stout shots. Stout shots increase damage the closer you fire. Stout shots make all of your bullets like really huge when they're close up to near you, and they get smaller as they go on. It's almost like what's it called, that Binding of Isaac item that gives you one shot. It's that mythical Cyclops guy. Oh, that's stupid. Also, I'm reloading and I can't reload near them, so I can't set them on fire. But they're gonna get on fire because they're walking on fire. It's good. I like this floor. This floor is unless you're playing really crappy and you're losing a lot of life, which you shouldn't be at this point in the game. I mean, maybe if you're underpowered. Ooh, just set everything on fire, and it's also poison, and screw you. But yeah, this floor is just really a fun extra. You don't even have to worry about perfecting the boss, because you don't get extra health from him even if you do. And it's a shame really, because what is he called? Glob Lord or something? He's I find him the easiest boss to perfect. So it is a shame that you don't get extra health for finishing him off without taking damage. Okay. Ever since I've finished... ever since I've defeated the final boss, I've gotten paranoid about seeing all of the basic bullets, because there's a chance for the bullet character to spawn, and he looks like those basic bullets. He's just passive, and I've killed him a couple of times recently and felt really bad about it because I still haven't unlocked the character. And it's silly. Also, he shows up with much higher frequency in the end game, and I'm running around with really strong room clearing potential, and I have to slow my roll to check if he's even there. And I think having not unlock the bullet, your chances of survival are, to be honest, severely lessened, because you're taking the time to have a look at all of those basic regular bullets to see if they're not hidden. So all that time you're checking everything, you could be killing everything, and you're also subjecting yourself to taking hits from the enemy. Oh, I hate you guys. I hate these enemies so much. Those are probably some of the worst enemies in the entire game. Whoops. Am I gonna die? I think there's a I've got a type of playstyle. I'm very good with the long range sniper style weapons. You're a deadeye. I do tend to get hit very often when I'm playing at very close range to enemies. Gotcha. Yeah, I hope I don't die. Did I leave any health around somewhere? Yeah, I've left a couple of options. I'll go to the store and pick up something. I hate buying armor. Such a waste. But if you must, you must. A shrine of glass. Great. Glass guan stones. Actually, maybe comes in handy now. They'll be gone before you know it, though. Oh, please. I've heard NL mention it the exact same way, but this game has enemies who shoot where you are, enemies who shoot where you're gonna be, and also enemies who shoot where you're not. So they've got full coverage of the room as you're walking through it. We could try the boss, but I'm not confident that I would perfect it. There's one trophy that requires you to perfect all the bosses in a row, and I had almost done all of them perfect, and the last one, of course, I failed. And I think for me that's going to be one of the most difficult trophies. Yuck, I hate this. That's going to be one of the most difficult trophies to get. He had a key on his shop, yeah? I can buy it? Awesome. Yeah, I might die. But it's a blue chest, so... What is this? Vitality belts. All capacity up. No health up? Health would have been useful. Well, all capacity up. What does Luxem Cannon do? No idea. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with these two as boss killers. I'm happy with the capacity up, but I'd like survivability more. You know, I think I've got more chance of surviving versus the boss than the floors, the rooms I mean. So I'm just gonna go into the boss area. It should be the easiest boss, but you know, when you know you're not allowed to make mistakes, what's the first thing you do? And that's the reason why I didn't perfect the last boss. Because I would have got a trophy if I had done so. So of course it doesn't work. So of course I can't do it. Oh, yeah, that random shot. I'm not taking any chances with that nonsense. Probably the banana is going to be the best weapon against the bosses. Oh god. I'm not okay with him doing that attack so close to me. I can dodge that attack, usually, but with the fact that you know you're not going to get a bonus health from this boss, it takes away all the stress of fighting him, and maybe that contributes to you getting more perfects. I can kind of deal, but I can't look at the boss when he does it. I have to look at my character. So I have to move my eyes over to the character side of the screen and look specifically at the character and not the boss. And this is the thing about playing on the Switch, the handheld. The screen is small enough that you've got a great view of both your character and the boss. So at all times you know where everyone that's on your screen resides. And the overview view makes that it is potentially easier. How dare you... Oh, that one's coming right for me. It's a bit jarring, the fact that you moving the right analog kind of pushes the view in a certain direction. Oh, watch out. Please, don't do that. Oh, that was almost my end. And you've got like a smidgen of life left. That would have sucked. Health, please. Thank you. Also, I stole this item from the store. Clown mask. Anonymity 8. And the T for 2. Interesting. I wonder what that does. I like this little, the Blobulord turns into a mini baby Blobulon. And it kind of follows you around. And I was exploring the floor in a few playthroughs ago. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, all of my little followers are also catching things on fire. Ooh, that looks like a great synergy. I'll be happy to use that. But I don't know what the item does. Grants anonymity. Friendship. Masks of this design were used to explore primitive Gungeon-like structures filled with money, now referred to as mungeons. Anonymity was important to mungeoneers of this time. The friendly clown design is thought to have helped mungeoneers make peace with the native inhabitants. Mungeoneers, I don't know what they're talking about there. Money? Mungeon? Banks? Bank robbers? Let's see. Yeah. I'll clear out the rest of the floor. Looks like I've got an extra key. I hate it when they require you to use a key to get that, what should I call it? I knew there was some sneaky enemy sneaking up from the bottom side of the screen at me. Okay, well, we still got health. You kind of don't want to be losing, you don't want to be taking that many hits per floor though. I just haven't been paying attention enough. Whoa, okay. Dodge that one. Yeah, I think we've got the entire floor cleared. So I'm going to be carrying on now. No, look at that. That is absolute nonsense if you ask me. It already takes you 2 keys to get into this floor, and then you have to get an extra key to get the symbol there. I'll do it. Just because, well, I'm low on health, but also I'd like to open up the extra floor. I'm probably not gonna go there though. I went there recently on the Switch, on a run which I considered really overpowered early. I don't know what weapon I got, but I think I got 2 A class or A or S tier, no, probably not S tier, but I got definitely 2 A tier weapons before even, I think on the by the second floor I had 2 top tier weapons. And I decided to go there, and even then the boss was a struggle to get through. So as extra bosses go, I don't think the reward is good. You know, the reward isn't justified by the difficulty. It could be worse. I've seen a new boss. So they've added. You've always been having your gear stolen by the what's it called? The royal rats or something. Yeah, now you can finally take revenge on this guy for stealing all your gear. And yeah, that's a ridiculously tough fight. It's kind of like boss rush in Binding of Isaac. You know, it's one of the more challenging enemies in the game, and it's like mid-game, which makes almost no sense. Oh, watch out. I knew it, I knew it. Yeah, I didn't get that across any kind of distance. And how come there's poison here, eh? Seriously. Yeah, I need to get myself a cup of coffee. It's too early for this kind of nonsense. Oh, dog, found something? You and your obsession with blanks. I should probably just play better, you know? So how I usually like opening up a room with a teapot weapon is just reloading, burning everything, burning everyone. Okay, the Nord key. I've already made some progress on that. I found the golden trash on my Switch account, and I brought that to the shopkeeper to invest in the key. But man, oh man, did the game try its darndest to stop me from getting there. It's crazy. Whenever you're trying to unlock something, it's almost like the game knows, and it just can't have you unlocking it. What was that? Let me check something. Like for a minute there I thought my clown buddy used a blank. Oh, that was a blank. Huh. I don't know, maybe if he gets hit, he uses a localized blank. You can catch fire, can't you? If I don't completely fail. Reload! Oh, I can't reload because I'm out of ammo. Damn it! Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm probably dead. Nope, not dead. Oh cool, a key to unlock someone. There's still so much more characters that I have to unlock, it's insane. This isn't a new account, I've already unlocked a bunch of new characters. Oh shit, I just realized I'm out of all my good weapon ammo. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, trust me, this game isn't nearly as difficult as I'm making it look. What you really have to do is every time you walk into a room is you have to do a threat assessment, and you have to really know what you're up against. There are enemies who will spawn things. Oh, that guy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we lived. Yeah, there's enemies who can shoot rapid fire. There's enemies who will spawn things on you, like you've got the conjurers who will spawn like special wizard and warrior shots which will come chasing after you. The spiders have got a lot of screen They take up a lot of screen real estate with their webbing. Yeah, just knowing what you're up against. You have to take a minute to assess the threat. I think chimpanzees would be amazing at this game. I saw a recent YouTube special series with Mike from Vsauce. Michael, probably, yeah. Michael from Vsauce. It was an interesting show about a theory that posits that chimpanzees are extremely clever when it comes to short-term and quick memorization, and that humans lost this ability when we learned language, and that language is taking up our short-term memory part of the brain. Because Michael went up against a chimp and he had to do this quick memory test of memorizing 10 or 9 numbers in sequence, and he had the split second to do so. The chimps seem to be really good at it, and humans, we seem to have lost this ability somewhere. Alright, a decent weapon. Oh damn, yeah, that's gonna synergize even... Ooh. Okay, never mind. I thought it was something else. I was thinking of the banner item. I've got that from the shop on the Switch version. It improves the combat ability of all of your minions and pets and stuff. And probably also charmed enemies. Yeah, the banner. So you're kind of like a war leader, and everyone who's on your side just fights better. Yeah, we're still doing terribly. Yeah, this is probably a secret room or a special room. It's got that glowy, flamey thing above it. Why did I use that blank there? Outer blank and the knife shield. I just picked up an active item. The huntsman. Yeah, I think the huntsman was one of the main weapons on my run, where I was getting those ridiculously large bullets at close range. You know, I'd pick up the Elder Blank because it's really good, but I also don't want to get cursed, and that'll give me tougher enemies, and I'm struggling as it is. Yeah, I've never played Payday. Ooh. Don't know really what the game is about, but I've got a idea that it's maybe about robbing banks or something. Ooh. I hope you weren't... Oh shit, St. Patrick's Day. Get out of here, you. Leprechaun. Yeah, actually, I'm seeing much more explosions. This weapon has gotten much better. What did it synergize with again? The horn, for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's the shape or something. Okay, let's do something. If it's Anaconda, I'm screwed. If it's not... Oh, yeah, I'm screwed. I don't know why, but this is the toughest second floor boss by a mile. Everyone else is kind of like a... I wouldn't call him a joke. But this one is like just absolutely top tier. I think it's just like the amount of screen they take up with their bullets that is extremely jarring, and it's an almost randomized spread of bullets too, because they come from all these turrets and everything. This one is extremely... it's not pattern based, it's performance based, and whenever you have performance based gameplay, I'm terrible at it. I'm better at pattern-based gameplay versus performance-based. I think I'm doing okay, but it's only a matter of time before I get hit once, lose the perfects, get stuck at 1 health. Oh god. You bastards. What are you putting me through? Can I get you on my side? Ooh, I can. Now you're attacking the boss. I hate this boss, and there's so much going on screen, I don't even know who I am anymore. Ah. Why am I without blanks? I knew it. I knew I'd get hit, and I'm also gonna die, aren't I? Ah, that's so lame. Whenever I take the loss of the perfect, it's always just before the boss is gonna die. It's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting, and I got a grenade launcher. Did that synergize or anything? Yeah, I guess we're going full on explosives. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Before I leave, I gotta check this room. I've got keys. And there's someone. Who the hell are you? Big doggy. Oh, hey, buddy. You set me free. I never thought I would escape from this cell. Anyway, I'm Tonic. Tonic the Sledge Dog. Look for me up in the breach if you ever want to go a little faster. Be seeing you. Yeah, you see, the game already has all these things to do, but I think what the developers realized is that it lacks like severe end game staying power. Like if you've got everything, let's say you've done all the Huntsman quests, you've done most of the quests, you've beaten a lot of the challenges, and let's say you've unlocked everything, what are you playing the game for still after that? You know, there has to be, the more choices you can give people in a roguelike, the better. And if you look at Binding of Isaac, they've got that one character that's randomized, Eve, and you've got randomized runs every time when you pick that character, and that's something which is okay. And of course you can, you can tailor your run to be as challenging as you want. You can kind of do that with this as well. Like for instance, going over here and taking this path. That's one way you can make your run even more difficult. But yeah, this game, I don't even think it lacked the options back before all these updates. But now with the updates, there's really a lot of different ways that you can play the game after you've technically finished it. Okay, in we go into the danger zone. Screw you! Oh sweet, ammo, just what we needed. Oh, sure, I'll take it for the banana. My banana's out of ammo. Everyone, hands up. This is a robbery. But you're wielding a banana. Why should I take you seriously? Well, you don't know how deadly this banana is. Why couldn't you be that nice passive bullet that I'm looking for? I still haven't unlocked him. It's crazy. I can't believe I got burnt out on the game back in the day, even before I'd unlocked him. I was working towards unlocking this chappie that we're standing next to a statue of. Please, something good. The Scrambler, perfect. I'll take it. Magnificent weapon. Yeah, we're starting to be looking okay for room clears. Honestly, the only thing I have to worry about is my own crappy performance. Lowercase r. I'm not gonna take it. It's a silly thing. Yeah, I'd rather throw bananas around. Well, off we go. Hope I'm not forgetting anything. Actually, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee and try to wake up. Really, the game is not difficult, but it does really, it kind of leaves a first impression of being extremely difficult. And I realized this when I was getting back into the game on the Switch. Okay, I was rusty, but the early game really does something that is, well, I wouldn't say unforgivable, but it really does leave a bad first impression on a lot of people. This game does, in the fact that straight out of the box, the game doesn't give you, I think, enough killing power to be able to beat the game in your first like 5 or 6 runs. Most of what you're going to be doing is unlocking NPCs, working on quests, learning the basics of the game, but also, most importantly, unlocking powerful enough items. Just pour me a cup of coffee. Unlocking powerful enough items that will help you get through the game itself. Like you don't have enough player power straight at the start of the game to be able to beat the game. It takes a lot of finding new weapon unlocks that are actually strong enough and that are high enough tier to be able to deal with the challenges. And I think this leaves a wrong impression of the game on a lot of people. Screw you. Hate that enemy. It's the ideal thing to put up against me right now because it can easily, that enemy and the hand, I hate those. Yeah, there's also this like hand-like enemy, and they definitely took that straight out of Binding of Isaac. When you do deal with this room, always come here before you kill this thing, because if you're on that island, you're gonna have a bad time, generally speaking. Ah, damn you, frog. Garo. Don't do this to me. Oh, these bubbles. Ooh, they came at me. I do like how such a benign enemy has so much just like random killing potential. I'm working on a trophy to kill enemies while in this watch out. Oh yeah, probably is my clown friend who blanks whenever he gets hit by bullets. It's like Dry Baby. The game borrows a lot of inspiration from games like Terraria and Binding of Isaac. Actually, I think that the people who designed this game might be fans of Terraria and Binding of Isaac. Probably this game was designed by just like die-hard gamers. It's hilarious how much really great game references are in there. One of the strongest weapons I've been able to pick up as a room clearer. You scam. Oh yeah, my nemesis. I hate you. I may be screwed. Okay, no. The game is keeping me just on the brink of death. That's great. Yeah, they're putting me up against some really tough opponents here. Like those Cthulhu guys. Those are some enemies that I'm really bad at dealing with. Sure. Actually, the ammo that partially refills guns, I feel like it refills more your gun that you've got currently equipped. I think it's like 50, let's say 50% fillage on your active gun, and possibly like 25% on all of your other guns, or 20%, something like that. Just a feeling. Hello? Well, yeah, that's why I was saying I think chimps probably would be really good at this game, because their short-term, their really quick short-term memory means that they're able, well, in a survival Darwinian sense, the reason they can do that is to be able to, from the tops of their trees or wherever they're hanging out, they have to be able to scan the horizon and detect every threat and remember where it is, what it is, and how dangerous it is. So that kind of skill would be amazing when you're playing. Oh, I hate it when they get in those mine cars, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. You're going too fast. Breaking the speed limit. Okay. Please. Ah! Damn you. I think I got him. Did I get him? Yeah, that's like that's a new like key enemy. If you manage to defeat them, they'll drop a key. But they always run away. And they can probably get you killed, make you take damage. There's a lot going on screen, and it's extremely... Also, 2 ammo drops, 2 rooms in a row. Can we just stand for a minute and see how ridiculous that is? Honestly, last 1 or 2 runs ago, I was going with a bunch of weapons as well. I would never find ammo. I think I had like 5 empty weapons, and the game would refuse to drop any ammo for me. Any of those ammo boxes, those partial ammo boxes. I don't even want the full ammo. The game wouldn't even drop the partial ammo boxes for me, which I would have found just perfect, because the more weapons you have, the better those partial ammo boxes are. Okay. Now we've got too much ammo. We don't even need to pick it up. Actually, we do for the teapot. Here we go. That's a full ammo drop. And yeah, like the game's rubbing it in. Like some runs you really starve for ammo, and other runs that you get too much. But I think that's part of a rebalancing thing they did. Like a lot of people were complaining that you end up with a lot of guns and they all are empty, just like the problem I had a few runs ago. Well, they've kind of fixed it with these red ammo boxes, which refill everything a little bit. That's a really good fix. The game needed that. I mean, you don't... Okay, so you've got a challenge, but, you know, you can't have a game with like 1,000,000 guns and have no ammo in it, right? So, contrary to games like Let It Die, developers actually want their game to be challenging, but fair. We will befriend everyone and then betray them all. Yeah, I wonder. Whoa, watch out. Yeah, that was a wasted ammo. That's a bit too much going on screen for me to still keep an eye on. Please. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use the grenade launcher as my main room clear. And I'm probably going to use the banana and the scrambler for boss killers. I wonder if the developers set the game up like that, with boss killers and room clearers in mind. Hello? Break the targets, win a prize. Aim true, shooter. You know, I was relatively decent at this. But on the Switch it's really hard to aim because the Switch controller is much less much less stable because it's got those you know, got you. I'm probably gonna get like just one more, if at all. Oh, maybe I get all of them? What kind of angle would get this guy? It would have to be like a really... yeah, I'm wondering, I don't think I can still get this last target. How far in does he go? Yeah, you don't want to hit the red. I'm just thinking... Okay. Yeah, I need a wide angle to reach him if I'm gonna hit the wall at all. But I think the green blocks are gonna screw me over. Yeah, not much chance of hitting him. I'll try and bounce it off of you, possibly. Ooh, let's give it a shot. Ugh. You bastard. Hey, not bad. Take this. Oh, sweet. Ooh, hello. RC rocket. Avoid user error. Yeah, now we're looking like an absolute badass. Ooh, oh, I can control it. That is cool, but I don't know. Okay, can I control it? Well, yeah. Okay, so the right analog controls the rocket, and I can still move around, but it's going to be incredibly jarring against bosses. Probably strong though, so it is a boss killer. Yeah, Scrambler and RC rocket will be for bosses. But actually, okay. Yeah. What are you? Oh, sweet. This is the ultimate room clear, by the way. I was starting to talk about how the developers are absolute die-hard gamers. And yeah, they take inspiration from a lot of games. They've got a lot of Metal Gear Solid references. Specifically, they've got a lot of Metal Gear Solid and Dark Souls references, and this is one of them. The sunlight javelin they've got here. Where did it go? Sunlight javelin, which is the sunlight bolts? Sunlight spear? I don't remember what it's called. It's just, you know, I'm a fan of the game series. I mean, I got the credentials. Check my account. I've got platinum on all the Souls games. I've just got a terrible memory. It's not my fault. Makes enemies grossly incandescent. This javelin was born from the chemistry of two heroes who conquered the Gungeon together. Jolly cooperation. Praise the sun. Yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool description too. You can tell they know what they're talking about in the descriptions. There's a blank here. Did you dig that up for me, dog? Honestly, he's got an obsession with blanks, and I'm not using him a lot. I've bound my... I think initially the blank is bound to L1 on the PS4, while I've rebound blank to L3, because on the Switch I've bound the blank to L3 as well. Reason being, if you're using a charge weapon, while dodge is circle, right? But you've got a charge weapon, and you're constantly holding your right thumb on the analog to do this. What I'm doing now is manipulating your screen. The screen is being manipulated because I'm using the analog. And if you've got a boss, you always want to see where the shots are coming from. So you can't look away from the boss even for an instant, because then your screen will do this, and half of the screen coverage will be taken away from you. So you just won't have the visibility required to be able to dodge what's coming at you. So you've constantly got to have your your right thumb on the analog to look around. Now circle is dodge. So you have to take your right thumb off the, you have to stop looking for a minute and dodge what's coming at you, and then you put your thumb back on the analog and start looking around again. Well, it makes it vastly easier if you can dodge with the L1. So you can keep looking at the enemy and you're dodging with L1. Excuse me. And it seems like when they ported the game to the Switch, they realized that this would be very useful, and they had it standard for the L1 on the Switch to also be dodge. So they realized that probably through hours and hours of playing their own game. Hey, yeah, dodging is tough if you want to keep an eye on the boss. Like, yeah, you don't have two right thumbs. So yeah, let's put something on the left side, because you know what is left doing? Left's only, you know, he's only manipulating the thumb. He's not using the index finger or the middle finger or anything. So let's put something over there. Let's give the left hand something to do. So yeah, I think it's a good change. So I put blank on L3, so that gives the left hand even more to do. Yeah, by the way, if you want to cancel a charge shot, just swap out weapons quickly. They have to let go of the attack button quick as well, because otherwise you'll lose a shot. Sunglasses, honestly, I think they're trash tier. And my reasoning for this being, it's not consistent. It slows down time when explosions happen. Yes, it's a great synergy. You know, unless it synergizes and gives me some crazy cool new moves, which it might, but you know, it's a gamble because I don't know enough about the game. So I'm going to take the key instead. It slows down time when explosions happen for you, and that seems useful because we've got all these explosions, but in practice... Could I break your table by sliding over it? No. In practice, unfortunately, it only seems to slow down time the first explosion, and after that it's got like a really substantial cooldown before it happens again. So much so that you'll, in your normal room clearing, you'll often just see the slowdown one time for the first explosion, and you'll be able to clear the whole rest of the room without seeing another slowdown. Yeah, we've not cleared the whole floor. Did that boss have armor or health for us? Okay, health. Big deal. I don't usually play this bad to have to pick up so much health. If the RC rocket is too technical, I'm gonna just swap to the sunlight bolts. Okay, let's go. Oh damn. Oh damn, this weapon is too good. I can't not use it. So far as I can tell, this is basically an I win phase. Uh-oh. Whoa. I don't like this attack. Ah, what are you doing? I've got a lot of blanks. I've got to remember to use them. So this is a new third tier boss, like third floor boss. Whoa! Nice. Perfected. I don't even think I've faced him on my PS4 account, and now I've faced him and perfected him. Beautiful. Yeah, we really needed a little bit of a comeback there because we were doing terrible. And we went from doing extremely bad to like, look, they give us the AK. It's the actual AK. They've added a new weapon to the game, which is the JK-47, the Just Kidding 47, versus the AK, and I don't know what AK stands for. Everyone knows the AK-47, it's like one of the most popular rifles in the world. And yeah, this is just the game respects it too. It's just straight up a really good fully automatic weapon. I think it's fully automatic. The AK-47. Yeah, I'm not gonna read it. Yeah, this thing was good. It had a lot of damage to it. I didn't talk about the boss, but if you ask me, I think it's a really cool choice. So what you usually have on the third floor for a boss is they'll put you up against... where is he? Yeah, there he is, he's new. Excuse me. So what they usually do is they'll put you up against the Dreadnoughts, the Cannon Balrog, or this guy, the Mind Flayer. And usually he's got 4 pillars in his room you can hide behind. This was probably the more difficult variant, which has no pillars to hide behind, and maybe he's not easy to perfect when he has no pillars, but he didn't do a couple of his attacks that he does sometimes. He's got this one thing where he'll do a circle of outward flowing orbs, but they'll be very, like, there'll be a really ridiculous amount of movement to it. It's it's a wave of bullet hail which is to be feared and respected, and usually I hide behind the pillars during that phase, and that's what, like, the reason I'd call him the easiest of the 3. Cannon Balrog is also relatively easy. I'd say Mind Flayer is probably of the difficulty of Cannon Balrog, maybe even slightly easier if you have the pillars. Dreadnought is tough. I'd say he's really tough. He can drive you into corners. He can cut you off, and the fact that there's ads and he's got all those different types of shot spawns. Yeah, Cannon Balrog is definitely the most difficult 3rd floor boss. The 4th floor bosses are all scumbags. Especially the High Priest is terrible. I can usually beat the High Priest though. Like, the Warmonger and the High Priest are both bosses I have yet to master properly. I think I'm the best at the kill pillars, though I have had quite a few runs lately where they've messed up my perfects early on. Like, they start off, well, we'll see if we get there. We'll see what we get when we get there. But yeah, they can be really terrible too. Actually, we're spoiled for choice when it comes to weapons. I love the long range playstyle. Sniper, machine gun. Got you covered for most in-game situations. So you've got the quick shot spread, which will deal with incoming fodder, and this one will snipe off priority targets. I despise and loathe the gun muncher with every fiber of my being. It rarely pays out with anything decent. It might have to do with the fact that the reason you're putting guns into the gun muncher is to get rid of them. And I think they replace, if you throw in low tier weapons into the gun muncher, they'll give you low tier weapons in replacement. Oh my, damn it. What a bullshit to put me up here. Am I cursed in any way? Did I pick up something cursed? Why is there so much jammed enemies going on here? Oh, lame. Okay, the Sunlight Javelin puts a damage over time on enemies. What is this? Table Tech Blanks. Oh, that's good. I think Table Tech Stun is the best Table Tech. Table Tech Stun, Rage, and Blanks are okay. I don't know if there's any other Table Techs, but I'm not a fan of Table Techs. I don't flip tables very often. But if I have table tech, sometimes I do flip tables. But it's kind of unreliable because you rarely have tables when you need them. And I don't often use tables. I consider them to be a obstacle more than a help. Hmm. Actually, table tech blank might be the best table tech, because I just realized now that it'll help us find secret rooms, if there are secret rooms. Whenever there's a table in the room, I should go ahead and flip it, because, yeah, secret rooms. This game's got some tough secret rooms. Oh yeah, I was gonna say the Sunlight Javelin seems to have a damage over time effect, which is really cool. Especially if you find bullets, like irradiated or flaming bullets, and then just hitting them with this will put 2 dots on them. They'll be both on fire and electrified. And it's like insane, you can make a damage over time build. And I'm sure there's cool synergies involving it. You can tell I'm playing much better now, and it's because they've given me some overpowered flipping stuff. I hate it when you get the drop on me. You broke my table, I was gonna flip it on you. Scumbag. Nah, screw you guys. You again. I don't want you. I don't want to see you. I haven't been using the horn enough. Ah. Well, go away. Spider, where are you? Join my side. Kill those stupid ghosts. Yeah, good one. Put her down. It's a pretty cool new enemy though. Oh sweet, I don't think I've ever picked this up before. Cat Bullet King Throne. A cat throne. This game's got some cool flight items. A strong utility. That's for sure. Screw you. Oop. Speaking of fodder, here they are. This is what you'd want that kind of weapon for. Jesus. You guys are really cornering me here. Yeah, I don't know what the what's it called? Angel's feather or something, or some kind of feather. Icarus's wings, maybe. Well, anyway, those wings and this throne are definitely 2 flight options. On the Switch version, I picked up what's it called? The balloon gun, which is like, you know, it's these guys. Ah, he's sending a mage at me. Yeah, the balloon gun is one of those fragile glass cannon weapons. You can use it, but it'll break if you're holding it and you take a hit. You can get around that by making sure to swap out the weapon whenever you think you're in danger. So they're ideal boss killers, to be honest. I'm gonna read what this throne does, because I've never picked it up before and I'm super stoked to have it. Shoots miniature bullets on dodge roll. This throne was originally intended to be included with the physical edition. Due to a manufacturing defect, the scale is way off and only suitable for a cat. It was eventually tossed into the Gungeon. What the hell? Alright. So it's confirmed canon. The characters in the game are all miniature, all cat-sized, because this throne is cat-sized and we're on it, so we must also be cat-sized. Screw you guys. I hate the conjurers. I hate the conjurers. I hate the bouncing bullets. I hate the aiming to miss. There's so much. Are you gonna die? Yeah, you died. Wow, get out of here. Warrior bullet. Ammo. What do we need ammo for? Grenade launcher, maybe? This is so lame. I really, yeah. A few runs ago, I was absolutely starved for ammo. You couldn't believe. I had really great boss killers and room clears, and it's just, it looks like such a shame when I see this ammo dropping all over the place here, and I have to waste it. I've got so much ammo, I don't even know what to do with all of it. Here we go. No you don't. Screw you. And again. No you don't. Oh, you almost did. You broke my table. What am I to flip now? Oh, what's that? That's a room I've never seen before. Yeah, they've added so much new stuff to the game, it's really insane. And it's really become, I'd say it holds up against the greats. It holds up against Terraria, it holds up, not Terraria, where did I get Terraria? Terraria is great too, but it's not roguelike. It's got a it's got a linear progression to it. But Terraria is another game you can waste your life playing it. Easily waste a couple of lifetimes playing Terraria. No, I mean Spelunky and Binding of Isaac. Definitely this game, with all its quality of life changes, very much holds its own against the greats. Hello. The specters don't disturb you. Drink of the waters. Purified. Your spirit feels lighter. I think this one removes curse, if you're cursed. We may have been a little bit cursed, because we were seeing jammed enemies. The tougher versions of enemies, I guess in Binding of Isaac you'd call them elites, the colourful elites. Well, in this one they're like, they've taken the colour away, they've made them dark, and they're called the jammed enemies. Those are the elites. And the more curse you have, the more jammed enemies you're going to come across. There's also sorcerers who are able to create jammed. Ah, get away from me! Get away! Ooh, watch out. Yeah, this is, oh cool. We've, exploded the bomb in the middle there. You! Get out of here. Okay. This was just a room full of absolute nonsense. When they put crazy combinations, you've got like a random machine shot, you've got a pattern bullet hail guy, you've got a buffer, and then you've got a very technical long range caster. Yeah, like the combinations you can go up against can be mind-boggling. Of course, oh well, oh, damn it. For a minute there I was thinking, has this throne got extra features about it that I don't know? But actually it was just this little ankle biter who was pushing me around. Whoa. The thwomps spawned. Curious. At this point I think we'd be having an easier time against the bosses than against the floor itself. Wow, dangerous. Yeah, not enough keys. Have we found our shop yet? Oh. Here's the boss. what is in store for us? Shop, please. Yeah, those popcorn... what are they called? They've got a specific name. I should probably memorize them. What are they? Dog? Oh, it's a mimic. That's another thing the dog will do. It'll bark when Chester mimics. So a couple of starter characters seem to be relatively strong in the very early game, but few have you know, few have strengths that last into the end game. Probably the Marine's the strongest because he's got a accuracy upgrade. And that'll always be helpful, even like especially the end game. If you've got some low accuracy weapons, you'll definitely benefit from having better accuracy. But the hunter also, I think, has got really good staying power in terms of useful abilities as a character. The dog digging up things in the long run, you know, all those extra little bits that you'll get can be quite helpful. And that's a mimic. I'm gonna mess him up. And endeavour to not get messed up myself. I think you're screwed. You just don't know it yet. Is this terrible? Yeah, it's terrible. Plunger, take your best shot. You know, surprisingly it's not leaving a trail of poison on the floor. Didn't this thing used to leave a trail of poison on the floor? I'm pretty sure it did. But I think they must have changed that because people, well, you know, people may have complained about the item. I don't think... what am I doing? I'm just humping this... I guess it only tips sideways and it doesn't tip lengthways. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the plunger used to just cover the entire floor with poison. But it was, to be fair, unusable unless you had a proper synergy. You'd either have to have that sponge to make, or you'd have to have poison immunity. There's quite a few items that give you poison immunity at this point. But yeah, you'd either have to have the sponge, poison immunity, or flights. Don't know why it took me so long to think about it. That thing that we have right now. Oh, hello. Look. This is it. So that's what it's called. Wax wings. Flights. Here it is. Flight for the low price of 98 capsules. The loot bag. The loot bag is another one of those. I should buy it just to see if it doesn't synergize, and it probably does with the other payday items. Yoink. No, it doesn't synergize. The loot bag is interesting. It's a very dangerous item. I'd like to buy as much as I can while I can. So what it does is it causes enemies to drop twice as much as they usually do. And the same with the great monster. You know, that guy who likes taking your items. We haven't seen him yet. But if I see him, I'm definitely going to throw some guns in his way and get a lot of cash out of it. Oh, Actually, we're almost... a mass shotgun. You know, if you had any top tier items that would help us win, I would definitely steal your items. Oh, that doesn't count as shooting, does it? Because he doesn't like it when you shoot him. Yeah, I'm just thinking what to do. We don't have any green chests lying around. I would love to have a green chest. Oh, hello. The crown of guns. That's another... I'm surprised it doesn't synergize with the cat throne. Because we're basically the We're the king of the Bullet King right now. We've got the Flying Throne, and we've got the Bullet King's gun. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, wrong button. Yeah, I just pressed the wrong button. So you shoot, and you're shooting in all directions with a bullet throne. It's interesting. So we can dodge, shooting in all directions, and then we can shoot, and then we can dodge, and then, you know, it's just like absolutely turning the tables on the enemy. Like, we're the boss, we're the bullet hell, you guys are the enemy. Okay, what? I just realized we got another pet, so maybe it does synergize. Let's have a look-see. It doesn't necessarily... No? Oh yeah, it does synergize, it didn't show up at all. Fires rapidly in all directions, and synergizes with the throne. Curious. So one of the pets that we've got is probably from the synergy with the throne. What is it? The crown weapon and the throne synergizing together. But I think the payday, the mask that we're wearing makes all of our humanoid companions wear a clown mask. Let me take a screenshot. This looks absolutely insane. Okay, what a crazy build. I've got no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a terrible room clear and boss clear item. I can think of very few situations where you want fire that is all around you. Mostly you'll want to focus your energy on one target. I'll be using you again and the Scrambler. Okay. I think we're going to be up against a wall. Which I'm terrible at. Okay, blanks at the ready. Any other options available? Nah. Could be the kill pillars. Nah, it's the kill pillars. It's not the wall. You know, if flights would help us, that would be great. Oh, that. That's not normal. Are you guys jammed or something? You may be jammed. I don't know why they would be. You know, this is the bullshit that I really hate about the kill pillars. They seem to love, like, getting right up in your grill. It's usually right at the beginning of the fight. In fact, they seem to always go to the right side of the screen. Oh, I'm controlling that. Whoops. Okay, this was the attack I was hoping for, and you didn't give me. Scumbags. These guys, I don't know why, but in the past, I was really good at flawlessing them. But I haven't been able to flawless them in a while now. Whoa, that nailed him. I've definitely got the damage necessary to get to the end game here. I just need to stop playing terribly. Yeah, the kill pillars, I've been doing terrible against them lately. So they got their first phase where they're in the middle, I can dodge all that. And my first instinct after dealing with that is to come over here. And what do? They start bouncing around right after me. And I have to move at the highest speed I can fathom just to get out of there. And I often end up using a blank. And sometimes they'll even just jump right on top of me. But what I probably should be doing is, I don't know, I think I just instinctively move to the bottom right whenever I'm playing a game. And it's just a habit with the kill pillars, I always go there. And what I probably should try out next time I fight them is to go up to the top left and see if they'll still go to the bottom right. Because if they do, then it's a guaranteed every fight I'm gonna get perfect. Because it's just like them getting in my mind by going to the bottom right. Hello. Hello, friend. I'd give you a lot of cash. I'm probably gonna end up losing it all. Here you go. Some money from that. I'm gonna give you the crown as well. Enjoy it. The plunger. What else do you want? Crossbow? Here you go. The banana, maybe? Yeah. You want a teapot? Got you a nice teapot. There you go. Man, he's giving me so much money. Luxon cannon. I'm giving him most of what I'd consider my least strong weapons. I'm probably breaking synergies, but I'm not breaking any synergy that I care about. I don't have a synergy that I necessarily care about when it comes to weapon plus weapon. Okay, what are my room clears again? Oh yeah. I see. These guys. I need some ammo. I'm gonna check the shop if you haven't got any more ammo for me. Mass shotgun. Well, I'll purchase health, and I'll purchase some blinks. The reason I'm going so trigger happy with the buying items is because we've got the loot bag. When you have the loot bag, you really have to spend your cash when you have it. Because when you're in a fight, if you get hit, you'll drop your money. And it's kind of a big deal. You drop a lot of it. Like, you'll get hit and you'll see your money flying around. You'll see the casings. There'll be a lot of bronze, and there'll also be a lot of silver lying around. So it might be percentage total wealth based. But it's bad. You can run around and pick up your own loot, but you're likely to get hit again. It's kind of like a Sonic the Hedgehog situation. Actually, it is 100% a Sonic the Hedgehog situation where you're screwed if you get hit. You know, you're gonna lose money. You'll never be able to pick up everything again. I'm gonna close the window. It's making too much noise out there. Gotta keep an eye on the time. I think I'm spending too much time rambling and not enough time kicking the game's ass. Yeah, we're getting close to the time I said set for Dark Souls stream. I'm gonna try and speedrun this floor, and we're just gonna beat the dragon and call it a day, if I'm able to. I wonder what the helpers are doing. Oh, look at that. Oh, he grabbed onto this guy, he stunned him. Oh wow, that's cool. Are you keeping him stunned? Oh, damn. That's overpowered. I recently played through with another weapon which was really ridiculously strong. I'm just gonna look it up. Actually, I'm not in a rush. If people join, I'll, you know... If anyone asks, I'll explain that I'm gonna start my Dark Souls stream a bit later. I'm not going to the Lich. I've not even defeated the Lich on my PlayStation 4 account or the Switch account. I haven't defeated him ever. It's still a challenge that has yet to be done by me. The bullet bore. The explosive drills this gun fires will stun enemies before exploding. So that was my that was another run I had that was extremely powerful. I had the sunlight javelin and the bullet bore. And what I would do is I would shoot the bullet bore at whoever was like just an asshole enemy. You know what it is? You got these blobs that are just like room-wide bullet hail creators. Either those guys, gun nuts, you know, any really heavy or annoying enemy, I'd shoot off the bullet, the brain bore, and it would dig into their skull and stun them. Boom! Get flanked. Rooms like this are hell if you don't have flight, but if you got flight, they're an absolute treat. Oh, watch out. Being a long range from the spider is helpful. Where did the other guy go? Actually, I'm gonna look up the name of that enemy because I keep referring to them, but I keep forgetting what the hell they're called. they've added a lot of new enemies and bosses, and honestly, they've added so much new content. It is, I mean, you could call it the definitive edition right now. It really is. Like the latest update, I think, is called a Farewell to Arms, and yeah, they've created a masterpiece here. You can definitely call it a done job. Now, where are these? Ah, there it is. These annoyances. The Cubulon and the Chanspulon. Okay. Lobzerker. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep referring to them as the bullet hail guys. The bullet hail enemies. I'm not gonna remember. No, I'm not gonna call them that. Oh my... What? Seriously, would you chill with the bullet hail here? Sometimes. That poor guy got overwhelmed. I've got to seriously pay attention to these enemies, because now we've got... The further you do in the game you get, the higher the chances that you find one of those bullets spawns. So I'm going to try and be at the top part of the screen as often as I can. Ooh, watch out. Tough cookies. You. Your astral projection. Aha. Actually, being able to put damage over time effect on them helps a lot. You can shoot 3 times. Yeah, those are really cool, but really annoying and dangerous new enemies, the Panthers. Because they do this thing, they project... Oh, hello. You're random. No, I don't want you here. Go away. Us having pillars is going to make this guy a joke. Last time I fought him, I had no cover. Actually, you're a boss. To kill a boss, you need the boss killers. Buddy? How tough are you? Whoa! Did that thing go through the pillars? Whoop, not today. Got him! We've unlocked a bottle. Amazing. That's great. I actually needed ammo. Yoink. And now we're in a better position than before. You know, they've added random, like, mini bosses to the game. And it's an improvement. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes you just don't have the strength to deal with them. You might have weapons that are okay for room clearing, but not good at dealing with the mid-bosses. I've had to fight them with the starter weapons, and they're an absolute pain. I don't know if you drop a lot of casings, that's what I should call them. But if we ever get hit, we're going to lose a ton of casings. So it's a high risk, high reward situation. And I'm not allowed to shoot at any of these basic bullets until I see them shooting at me. So I don't accidentally kill our bullet friend, which would help us unlock the bullets character. Man, that is so powerful, having this like bodyguard running around tasing people. Proton backpack. The stream weapons. This may be one of the strongest stream weapons in the game. It's extremely... The stream weapons are very deceptive. There are a couple which are absolute trash tier weapons, which just have terrible damage. Like you'll see, whenever you've got a stream weapon and you have to go through almost all of its ammo to kill a boss, then you know you've got one of the weaker stream weapons. I think that's a good measuring stick to see if you've got a strong stream weapon. Oh, you scumbag. Okay, I was kind of paying attention, and look at all these casings we're dropping. Okay, I hope you weren't the one I'm the chosen one. Okay, we've got Dead Eyes, and we've got those Chance Bulons. Evil Chance Bulon. Hate them. Bane of my existence. Well, they're really just terrible in combination with other enemies, of course. Whoa, watch out. Die, Chance Bulon. Oh, these jokers. Oh, I hate it when he does this. Yeah, they've got a new attack where they'll surround you with fire. And you can say, oh, that's okay, it's no big deal. But they'll surround you with fire and then they'll start... That's like a new enemy attack you'll see. Certain bosses have that as a move. And it seems like some enemies have it as well, where they'll surround you with bullets and then they'll make a bullet move inwards to kind of catch you in a trap. Very dangerous. None of you are the chosen one? Nope. Unfortunately. Well, I figured we'd get hit there. There's just too much going on to pay attention to. Yeah, tase him. Stun that bastard. Yeah. Anyway, the Dark Souls stream will start after we finish this run of Enter the Gungeon, if you're wondering. That's legit an infinite stun. So, like, no matter how tough the enemy, he's stun locked to oblivion. That is ridiculously powerful. And I know you're gonna catch me this time. And if you look at it, we've actually made a net loss in terms of casings since we've gotten the loot bag. I remember having like 150 or 170 a few rooms ago, and yeah, like straight up, if you take hits just 1 or 2 times on the floor and you forget to pick up your casings afterwards, you may make a net loss on the entire floor with the loot bag than if you didn't have it. So it's extremely dangerous item. You may even want to just get rid of it if you're late game. Want to drop it because it's too dangerous. You end up losing more money than you're picking up. Of course, you could just be good at the game and never get hit. Then you'll be rich. But that doesn't work for me. I can't make that work. No, no. I feel like we got rid of a dangerous situation before it even happened. Oh, you bastard. What did he do? Did he... Nah. Those guys are like... They're an unknown for me. So he's got the warrior, he's got the mage that he sends at you. And that one's got a key icon on him. Can you gain a key somehow by defeating him? Does he steal a key from you if he hits you? Oh, here we go again. There's the key, here's a warrior, another key. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Ooh. Almost had a bad day there. And I've been forgetting to flip tables with the table tech blank. Checking for secret rooms. Oh, it's death. Oh shit. Look at all those casings. Oh my god. Oh, that might get lost. Damn it. And you can't even... Death. Get away from me. Yeah, I've had enough of losing casings from this bullshit. No, I keep doing that. It's not in the Ammonomicon, you have to drop items from here. Screw you! Losing me money over the floor instead of gaining me money over the floor. That means it's not me. Okie dokie. Excuse me. Alright, so we got access to the final boss here. Well, final boss. Final boss for this playthrough. I don't think we're getting much further with how bad I'm playing. Now that we have access to the boss, I can challenge him whenever I feel like it. I guess the reason you would postpone a boss is to find a store. I think it would be a bad idea to try and postpone a boss to try and get extra health from room clearing. The health drops from clearing rooms are very extremely low chance, it seems. Not something to be expecting to get. Yeah, contrary to Isaac, where clearing rooms you probably would get some healing. Look at the game. Like, honestly, we've been the entire previous floor, I don't think we had a single health drop. And at the moment I open my damn mouth to say something, the game has to always contradict me. It's like contradictory. I don't want a mimic chest to drop after I defeat this floor with a railgun in it. Wink wink. Reverse psychology, the game. Here's the situation. Yep, we made it. So we've got a bullet hail, and then we've got enemies who are aiming to miss. Actually, these guys, I shouldn't really hold it against them. They're trying to hit me, but they're all missing. There's one specific place I want to find before dealing with the boss. So, not expecting to find drops on the floor, I will try and find our vendor to buy some more health, if possible. What is this? I'll deal with you later. Wow, easy room, yeah? Whoop. Okay, deceptively difficult. Yeah, I'll get some ammo for this. Hold on, before we go to the next room. Okay, I'm ready. Whoop. Great. Gun Knight armor. That's new? I think that's new. I found Gun Knight Greaves, Gun Knight armor, Witch pistol. Yeah, I think I'll buy the armor. That's probably going to give us 2 hits. But first I want to go to this new shrine that I found. Don't know what it does. If it requires a health sacrifice, I might take it, as long as it takes a empty container and not a full container. An ominous fountain filled with blood. It isn't quite full. Okay, we've got 2.5 hearts. Make a sacrifice. Sacrifice. Caliber Ma Shakti De. It's like that Indiana Jones movie with the temple. The spirits that once inhabited this shrine have departed. It's like the Kali Ma thing, you know. What did we get? More killage, I hope. Well, we definitely didn't lose anything because that health was gone anyway. So yeah, hopefully just more chance of dealing with the boss. Did you give me just one? Nah, you gave me two, right? The breastplate of an aimless knight, cormorant, able to dispatch the gun-dead with ease. The knight grew overconfident with his abilities. Deep in the hollow, his concentration had weakened, and he sustained a grievous wound. Okay, cool. I'm sure he's making reference to something, I don't know what is. Not Artorias, is it? Could it be? Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about robot runs. I've had some items appear for me on a recent run that would have been perfect to get on the robot. Like, there's this item that will give you a piece of armor with every floor you go to. Not exactly sure which one it is. I'm gonna go and check quickly. Is it you? No, this grants 1 armor and movement speed increase. That's also good for the robot. Armor every floor. Yeah, this is the one. Gut Knight's Greaves. This is an important item. Armor every floor. Armor every floor. Oh, okay, okay. It looks like every piece of the Gun Knight gives you armor every floor. Old Knight Shield. Old Knight's Helmet. A sturdy if modest helmet once worn by the knight with an unusually large head. Protects knowledge, it says. I don't know if it's got any hidden effects that I don't understand. I don't know, like, protects knowledge isn't really, you know, important, I think. I don't know if it's a hidden system in the game, like a knowledge. Don't know what protects knowledge means. I mean, of course, yes, a helmet would protect your brain from getting bashed in, but I only know that when you pick this item up, I think you get 2 or 3 armor bits. So this is not the best. If you're playing the robot and you want to survive for a long time, I guess if you would be given Gun Knight Greaves, Gun Knight Gauntlets, the bionic leg, and where's the last piece of the puzzle? Nanomachines. If you get all those items, you'd probably have you'd be on your way to a win. This one is gain armor when damaged several times. So after taking a couple of hits, you might recover some health as a robot. You can't have normal hearts. You can only have armor, and that makes it kind of difficult. It really requires careful and perfect play. The concept alone terrifies me. Hello, chest that I cannot open. Die. Oh sweet, I've unlocked a gold junk. Weird that I didn't have that yet. Yeah, that's gonna be confusing me all the time, because I'm also playing on the Switch which items I have or have not unlocked on which account. I should be playing my PlayStation account the most though, because I've got a lot of long-term trophies that need unlocking here. And I was so close to unlocking the trophy for defeating 5 bosses perfect in a row. So close. It's quite possible that I'll never get that trophy. Because you see, I can make really good runs not work by getting nervous. But I know I'm close to really long-term perfect play challenges are absolutely the bane of my existence. It's probably one of the only things in gaming that I can't do, like consistently good play challenge over a really long period of time. The long wins I'm really bad at, because I always just I let the the concepts creep into my mind that losing, it's so important to win, that a loss is devastating, and a boss which I probably have the skill to perfect, I managed to fail just because of the concepts causing me to fail. Anyway, I think I'm ready to deal with the boss. I'm gonna use these two weapons. Yeah, I'm banking on a win. By the way, flight against this boss is not necessarily easy mode, because he'll do extra nasty attacks if you try and fly next to him. He looks jammed. I can never tell if he's jammed or not, but I think it's very obvious if you get a jammed dragon. Oh, I gotta remember what these are. It takes just that extra bit of brain energy to guide those shots. Whoa. And whoa. Screw you. Dragon. No one there. Oh, for a moment there I thought I'd play smart and break those shots with explosions. There's been a bit of lag on this fight. I've had a ridiculous amount of lag on the dragon fight on my Switch account, and to be honest, it makes the fight almost unplayable. It's nigh impossible to get a perfect. Wow, that's a straight up one shot. I wonder if you do more damage the more distance you make with it. I just realized the... oh, watch out. The proton backpack is probably the ultimate... It's probably the ultimate side weapon to bring with you in this fight. Yeah. Trying to direct those remote control shots at the same time as moving around myself and also dodging. Yeah. It requires too much brain space to get done properly. Whoa, watch it. Oh, dodgy, dodgy. Oh man, such a bullshit move that there were two back-to-back bottom shots that I had to dodge, and I didn't have the I honestly didn't think it possible. It should be rare. That should be a way to deal with that attack, is getting yourself on one line. This does good damage. Yeah. Almost out of ammo now. And we're out of ammo. What will I use to finish you off? Yeah, I'll use the javelin. I mean, it's been serving me well for this run. Whoa, watch out. That prone is such a cool item. I want to have it every single run. I'm glad it's unlocked. And yeah, I may not. It may take me 2 more runs. Oop, snuck through. Yeah, you can die now. Next time maybe? Damn you. I've got a bunch of unused blanks. Oh, it looks like if you use them here, it doesn't clear screen. It just has a very low range AoE. And you're done for, dragon. You're screwed. Who are we? The hunter? Yeah. Anyway, I'm a bit over my time for Dark Souls, so I'm not gonna do the past with this character. I'm just gonna end the game here and now, and then I'll just start a new stream for Dark Souls. Play through the DLC. Yeah, that miniature cat throne is really cool. And the dodge, the special effect from the dodge is still active from the cat throne. Just we don't get the throne because I believe every item which allows your character to fly in this area is disabled, which is weird. Maybe it's maybe they did that as a precaution in case they ever wanted to add something extra here, so you wouldn't just be able to. Or maybe it's just a technical thing that you couldn't just fly all the way to the edges of the screen because there will be nothing. No, I don't know. It's either to solve a technical problem or because they were thinking of maybe adding something in the future here that they wouldn't want you to fly to. So it's like, we're gonna add this restriction here because it doesn't. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense to me why would they take flight away from you. It would feel so satisfying to fly to your victory using an item that has probably carried you through most of the game. Well, carried you. It's an important utility, you know, just like Isaac. Shot speed increase, damage increase, movement speed increase possibly, flight. All of these things that really directly impact your combat efficiency in Binding of Isaac, like not taking into account the types of shots and the types of items you've been picking up, just like having flight, having the speed to run away from things, being able to shoot faster. Those are just really very strong utility options. And look at that. Not going there. Yeah, I stand no chance of beating the Lich on this run. We've got decent items, but I've still got much items to unlock, and I think the absolute top tier weapons I have not even unlocked on this account. And there we go. And damn, our character looks weird. We're supposed to be the hunter, by the way. Yeah, you know what? Our character probably looks like this because we didn't shoot our pasts, but we probably just shot ourselves. Is that a skeleton? Yeah, we were wearing the Payday mask, which changes our appearance. I'm gonna play through the game again at some other point and just shoot myself with the past killing gun without the bullet and see if we get another, if it really is a skeleton flying through space here, because we look like a skeleton. Well, in any case, yeah, that's about, yeah, this run took longer than it should have. I'm gonna check out how much time I spent on it. Usually, for me, an average run takes just over an hour. We found the gold chunk. Yeah, this took 2 hours. Probably 1 hour of rambling and 1 hour of fighting. Is the yeah, that's probably the balance that we made here. Return to the breach. Okay, so yeah, I've really been enjoying Enter the Gungeon lately. Just a really fun game, very addictive. And when I started replaying the game, I was terrible at it, and I wouldn't even get past the first few floors. But now I'm actually consistently reaching the dragon, and not that he's the final challenge, but being able to get to him so often and with such like relatively mediocre builds is it feels good. It's like overcoming the challenge. It is a very it's not a very chill game, but to some extent it is. You'll get the muscle memory and you'll build the skill that you'll even though like there's so much going on screen, you'll still be able to relax while playing. Like when you start, the game feels really challenging, and like you really have to be absolutely focused, and you're always on the edge of your seat to beat the challenges. But after a while, you just be lazing in your chair, and you'll be dodging bullets like mad and putting forth crazy skill. It's really just when you go fighting the bosses and you know you have to get it perfect that you know, that you have to focus, that you have to put your A game. But the floors you can pretty much just chill on. 32 bullet sharks. Okay, cool. That is great. Just checking, because last time he said you need 2 more gun nuts, and then I think I played through the game 2 or 3 times, and I kept asking him how much. But I think they needed to be jammed, and it took forever for me to find 2 jammed gun nuts, because I'm rarely cursed. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna start the Dark Souls stream straight after. So, actually, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break, and then I'll start the Dark Souls stream. So, see you in Dark Souls. Let's see. Yeah. See you in a minute.